Good morning, everyone. We're down here in front of the federal court building again in Portland, Oregon. It's raining out here and miserable this morning, but we're still holding down Patriot Corner across the street behind me. And we've had a few updates or incidents that I'll update you on in just a moment. We've started with the first day of the misdemeanor charges, the first day of that bench trial for the 4 defendants here. Hi Eddie, how you doing? Hi Ted. I seen you call me, but I'll try to call you back later. We've been quite busy down here this morning. Rebecca from Indiana, I see Gillis is watching, so we'll get you an update here. Robert Cannon, hope you're out there cutting down some trees today. Hope it's not raining on you. So we definitely need prayers down here. We're in the first day of jury deliberation, and also the first day here in Portland, Oregon for the bench trial on the misdemeanor charges. Today makes day 14 of the trial also in Las Vegas, Nevada. They are still in government witnesses over there. They have not left that phase, so the government's still bringing different BLM officers and different other witnesses in for the government's defense. And so that's kind of where we're at right now in Nevada. Hopefully I'll have some more updates soon over there. I know that they're struggling and they need more support over there too, and more prayers. This morning we went in for the misdemeanor charges here in Portland, while the jurors are deliberating on the rest of the felony charges. So far, everything's looking good with Judge Brown. She has demanded that the government show more proof, show where the signs are that said no trespassing. We had one witness that testified against the defense, and that was Agent Walker again. Agent Walker, you keep hearing his name come up from me. He sat through the complete first trial back last year when we got the not guilty. So he heard every day of every witness, all the whole thing. He also sat through this complete trial. He's an FBI agent. And he testified multiple times in the first trial, multiple times in this trial here for the 7 defendants, and again today in the misdemeanor charges. He is the only witness that took the stand, and he testified against the defendants. He was not there at the refuge at any point. He's only secondhand reading transcripts. He's not a first-hand witness, but he's the only government witness against these guys. He testified on stand that there was a front-end loader that Dwayne Emmer and Jake Ryan was operating out there. The defense team quickly corrected him and asked to show the pictures of that front-end loader. Found out that was not a front-end loader, it was a backhoe. The way I understand his description of it, it was a front-end loader with a little arm thing off the back of it, and he didn't even know the proper term of this machine. Judge Brown asked if there was a license plate for this motor vehicle that they're being charged of operating for theft of. The four-wheelers, the gators, the little ATV machinery, asked if there was licensed or tagged, if they stole or operated these motor vehicles. Found out in court today that there was no license plates on these things. So how can you be charged with operating a motor vehicle that isn't even licensed, that the federal government claims they own? The Dodge Durango was another one. It's a vehicle that's out there at the refuge. They failed to even license it or put even government plates even on it. It's unregistered. So it's not considered a motor vehicle. It's considered a tool. This was brought up in the arguments that they had this morning. So things are really looking good. Judge Brown has really been pushing the government for more evidence and to show proof that that they actually stole these motor vehicles or misused them, and the charges that they have don't fit what the classifications are Judge Brown has proven there today. So things are looking really good. Jason Patrick took the stand briefly and testified on his own behalf in these this first part of the misdemeanor charges. They now are waiting on some motions to be heard on the misdemeanor charges, so it could be till possibly Friday before these are answered. Judge Brown said that she will not have an answer this week on the misdemeanor charges at all. It'll be next week. So we possibly might get a verdict before we get an answer on the misdemeanor charges the way it looks. The jurors have already had a few questions that they have sent back to the judge for the defense team. One of the biggest questions they had is they wanted the transcripts to see the actual written of this whole court procedures. The government was quickly to stand up and say that that was not available, there was no such thing. And Dwayne Emmer's attorney stood up quickly and said that that wasn't true. There's a court transcriber in court here sitting in front of the jurors the whole court case, so the jurors would know that was a lie. And the government kept insisting that that wasn't available, that wasn't possible. Judge Brown went ahead and ordered the transcripts to be finished and done and given back to the jurors anyway. So, a couple of lies there where the government keeps acting like these things are not possible, they're not available, they're trying to hide this evidence and this information so the jurors can do their job. And at least that was overruled. The judge ordered them to be able to get these transcripts. That kind of sums up, unless I think of something else in a minute, but that kind of sums up what happened there in court that I know at the moment. Over here at Patriot Corner, we had a little incident this morning. We've had our signs up there now for several months, through last year, even before the last trial. And you can see we still have them all up over there. We were approached by park rangers from the city of Portland here that are over all the parks and threatened with citations, being banned from the park this morning for having our signs up. They've even threatened to confiscate our signs, threatened us that they would ban us for up to a year out of the park and possibly call the police and have us locked up. All of our signs, as you can see them over there, hopefully, are still up, but we had to move them just a few feet from where they were attached to the outside of a chain link, or not a chain link fence, but a chain and some posts. They were attached. They insisted that we put them inside of a flower bed area and no longer have them attached to the chains or the post where they was attached actually in a secure manner. We had some posts already bought, some fence posts, so we was able to reattach them, but they gave us a matter of 45 minutes to comply or be cited and being banned and from the park. This is after a complete, almost over a year of being over here. That these park officers with guns intimidated, coming. Pretty much, they told us we had to leave if we did not comply immediately. And there's a guy, if you can kind of see a truck back in the park there, he's up on the sidewalk. He's the park maintenance guy. He came afterwards and apologized to us and said, you guys have been doing this for over a year and you haven't damaged anything. You pick up your trash when you leave. You gave me no problem. He said, you guys are the best protesters that I've ever seen here. He said, I don't know why they're giving you trouble. Now you're possibly going to damage my flowers that I've been planting, getting ready for spring. And I assured him that we would not damage his flowers. We respect him, that we will watch them and put them in a place that would not step on or damage any of the flowers that he had there, and he appreciated that. But he was obviously upset too that the park rangers were giving us such problems. And there was actually 3 park rangers that came. They was actually going to take their knives out and cut our signs down right then and confiscate them. until we said that we would just comply peacefully and we would get these signs removed just a few feet over into a free speech area, and where it was in an area that was not a free speech area. So that kind of sums up our morning. We did have one of our signs this morning confiscated over here on the federal side. They did not like it how it was just linked up against the building. And this is not like a plywood sign. This is a cardboard type sign like we have across the street. Them little smaller cardboard signs. And they confiscated that and took it into the federal building and took it away from us. So this is kind of some of the things we're dealing with down here. The government tyranny, even at its smallest levels to the biggest levels, it doesn't matter. They're violating people's rights. And this is what we want the public to know, what's happening. And sitting at home, sometimes you may not get to see all this, but this is what we're experiencing down here on the ground. And we're still maintaining peace. We're being peaceful. We've got a half a dozen of us or so that's sticking it out that are not up in court. We have to stay here at the courthouse until we get a verdict. So we have to be 15 minutes away. It looks like maybe our park rangers are back checking on us. So one of the guys just told me. So we've got one of the gentlemen over there across the street. I don't know if you can see him or not. He's talking to the guys again for some reason. So we'll maybe find out what's going on there here shortly. But we're waiting for our not guilty verdict. That's right. We feel very positive about it. We know God's in control here. Whatever His will is will happen. And so like I said, we got to stay within 15 minutes of the courthouse until 5 o'clock tonight here Oregon time while we're waiting on this verdict. The jurors could come back at any moment and have that answer for us. And we're hoping it comes today. But if not, we'll be here every day until we get this verdict, and we'll keep you updated and posted. So closer to the 4 o'clock time, 4:30, depending on what's happening down here, I will have you another live stream and let you know what's going on. Right now it looks like that officer over there is just talking with the guys. It looks like they're discussing the signs again. One officer, or actually 3 of the officers, told us where we had to move the signs. We did that, complied, but without going over there at the moment, I don't know exactly, so I'm going to have to go over there just shortly to find out what's going on. But thanks everybody for joining us. We'll have you some more updates here this evening about somewhere closer to the 4:30 o'clock time. Thanks a lot and God bless. Thanks Bruce Cuff for watching. I see you there.
They're raising hell with them again.
Kelly, I'll head on over there and see what's going on. I'll just do that. We'll keep this going. I'm going to turn the camera around and we'll go over and see what's going on. Go over and see what the officer's doing over here.
Oh.
So it is a park ranger. Looks like he just left. What did he have to say?
So he said it's good. Like for now on, if we put him along the edge of the fence, that's fine. He would prefer like if we get a bucket, put with sand in them, put them in that.
Okay.
So you don't put them in the ground.
Yeah.
He's worried about irrigation.
Oh, okay.
But other than that, he said everything's cool. We can leave it.
Okay.
As it is for now.
Sounds good then.
You don't have to change it, John.
Okay,
it's not his call.
No, it's not. No, we're gonna leave him up today now. So
don't get a bucket for that. That's not his call.
That's true. I know it's preference. Yeah. That's exactly right. So here's where we got our signs moved.
No, he said they're just fine right now. We can leave them there today, just tomorrow. You know, he prefers them to be in a bucket.
So as you can see that our signs are linked up against the post. That is okay. They don't prefer us doing that, but they're going to let us leave the signs linked up without writing us citations or hauling us off the jail. And but we had to move this big sign inside the flower beds. So you can see we have a fence post. So they're inside where I would prefer not to have put the sign, but we had them attached yesterday to this fence post out here, and just with string. We didn't attach them where it was damaging anything. Yeah, you can come on through, sir. Okay.
They making everybody move or what?
Yeah, they made us move our signs. We had them linked up against the post a little better with string, and they told us we couldn't have them there no more. They was going to arrest us. So the park rangers, the guys with the guns. So, so are you a veteran? Oh, you're not. Okay. Yeah.
I just was talking to the guys here, and then I went up, and then I saw they were coming in here.
Yes. They've been giving us problems for the last couple hours. So.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming down.
Yeah.
What's your name?
My name's Larry.
Larry? Nice to meet you, Larry.
I had an old buddy, and he was a tax protester. I did time with him down in Sheridan. Lanny Mateer from Antelope, Oregon. He's a rancher.
Oh, yeah? And he went to prison?
Oh, yeah.
You went to prison with him?
I was with him.
Wow.
Him and I did some time in the hole down here in Sheridan.
Wow.
And but anyway, I thought maybe Lanny might got me involved because this goes back 30 years with him.
You remember Gordon Call? Gordon Call was a tax protester back in the 80s.
Well, he would know, then he would
know
Lanny Mateer.
Gordon Call ended up getting shot and killed.
Oh, that right?
They killed him, and his son is still in prison.
Well, I mean, they worked old Lanny over when they busted him.
Wow.
But he beat a bunch of tax charges, and he was quite wealthy, old Lanny was. And but he got out of he got hit hard for Swiss bank accounts.
Wow.
But they made life miserable for him. And
How long did you spend in prison?
oh my God, I've been in twice.
Been in twice.
Yeah, firearms.
Firearms charges?
Yeah.
Wow.
And they
Well, so like you've been fighting government corruption and tyranny for a long time yourself.
This is no kidding. March 21st, I'm off probation over here.
Wow. How old are you?
I'm 69 years
69 years old, and you'll be March 1st. You'll be off probation.
Yeah. I was 53 years old. First time I was ever busted in my life. I wound up with some. I got 19 felony charges, all through this federal government.
Wow.
And nothing violent or anything. I served time at first time down here in Sheridan at the prison camp. So
Yeah.
even with the gun charges, but the second time around I got down there and they put me on diesel therapy. In a year's time I was designated to 4 institutions. I've been all over the United States.
Wow. So you know what diesel therapy is like?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've been in Oklahoma City. I've been in all the major
Wow.
detention centers. I've tested in every county jail between here and Boston, Massachusetts.
Wow.
And going across, and then anyway, I've been on Con Air, of course, in Oklahoma City, but the darn thing, they turned me over to a private
Facility, private prison system.
No, not a
Oh.
private, but a private transporter.
Oh.
Believe it or not. And
So it wasn't federal transportation, it was private transportation then.
Part and part, you know. But basically, with the private transportation, the people got to know me. They said, we've never had, there's a lot of them companies out there. They said they had never had so much with anybody they transported than me. They carried me more miles than anybody.
Wow.
And I said, well, look, the last time they had me, I says, look, I've never been in the state of Maine, and they were going to Maine. But anyway, they had to, they had to get rid of me because that dang Hurricane Sandy.
Yeah.
And they had to drop me off at Fort Dix, there, which is the biggest prison, federal prison. There's actually 2 there. There's over 5,000 inmates. And they dumped me off there.
So what brought you down here today in Portland?
Oh, Oh, I had a meeting
Okay.
across town, and then
So you didn't know we were down here, did you? You just
No,
kind of
no.
come through, yeah.
I didn't know that.
So we got 4 guys up here waiting on a verdict from the jurors now. We've been in court
that
the last
right?
13 days, facing federal charges from the Malheur Refuge protest.
I couldn't believe, because I've been a veteran of this mess, but I can't believe that the first ones were acquitted. I mean, it's like 98%. You know, if old Martha Stewart can't beat them, they're going to get you on something. The charges they had her on was she eventually got time for lying to the authorities.
Yes.
Because of bad legal advice.
Yep.
And but it surprised me.
Well, we credit it all to God. We say we would not have won this if it wasn't for Him.
You must have had some kind of intervention because once they indict you, you're gone.
Yep.
And a federal prosecutor, if he's any good, he can indict a ham sandwich.
Yes.
You know, I mean,
yep. Well, the jurors want to believe whatever they say. They're the government. Why would they lie to us?
Well, I think maybe you're lucky you're in Portland, Oregon, because people up here are just a little bit more wary of the government.
That's good. We've got 19 more guys we're fighting for over in Las Vegas, Nevada. They're cowboys that over the Bundy Ranch deal protest. You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, thanks a lot for stopping in. What's your name again?
My name's Larry.
Larry. Nice to meet you, Larry. I'm John Lamb.
Yeah, I'm going to try to find the number 15 bus somewhere.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
So John,
That was Larry there. I've not seen him before. He just came by and he was talking about a little bit of his story there. So it's kind of interesting meeting so many different people that come down here and stop at Patriot Corner, and we try to give them a chance to hear their story throughout the day. And we usually meet a couple every day like that. And we just don't always catch them on a live stream, but that was really interesting. He said he's been in federal prison twice, and that he experienced diesel therapy. He's been in every prison, it sounds like, across this country, all the way to Boston, Massachusetts, just all over, he said. So, well, I'm going to sign off of here for now. Thanks for joining us and staying on so long. We will be back. Did you have anything to say? Okay. We'll be back again, like I said, about 4 o'clock, 4:30, unless something just comes up with these jurors that they give us a verdict today. But right now, we're going to hang out down here at Patriot Corner, and we are going to wait for the verdict of not guilty. Keep praying for us, and keep praying for the guys over in Nevada there too. Thank you, and God bless. Good afternoon, everyone. We're just ending today down here at Patriot Corner. So here's our big sign that we had to move just out into the grass area on this side. And we still got a few of us standing out here, even with the rain. So here's some of our signs. Our big jury notification sign. We've got a few of us have stayed out here all day in the rain. We've got our not guilty sign right over here. This is our other big sign. We had to move out into the flower bed there earlier today as we was talking about that. So it's raining out here. It's kind of a miserable day, but we've stood out here strong anyway. Right here behind us over here, there's the jail. There's the courthouse over there. We don't look like we're getting a verdict today. We been waiting all day. The jurors are actually still in the deliberation room, but it doesn't look like we're going to get a verdict today. They're about to wrap it up. Here comes Neil. Come over here.
It's like combat camera.
I know.
Yeah.
How you doing? Say hi to everybody.
Hello, everybody. A wonderful Portland sunshine here.
Yep.
Coming down. So we're still with the wonderful gang here, though.
Yep. Been out here all day. So I'm just giving them an update, kind of what went on up there today. So
Somewhat kind of limbo here.
yeah, we are. We're just a little bit of limbo, waiting on the verdict, waiting on the jurors. The jurors had a few questions off and on today.
Bye.
For the okay, you going upstairs?
No, we're heading from that
Okay, heading home. Okay, see you later. See you tomorrow. Okay. It several people are rushing off and leaving, but the biggest question the jurors had for the judge and the defense team and the prosecutors is they wanted to have the transcripts of this trial. The prosecution right off said that was impossible. They were not available. They are not. They wasn't able to get them. But the defense team was quick to bring up that there was a lady in the courtroom transcribing the whole court procedures. So, and that would look strange to the jurors if we was not able to present those when they are available. So the judge granted the defense team that motion to go ahead and get those transcripts readily available as soon as possible to the jurors. They didn't? She denied it?
Right. She.
Give me just a second.
Okay. So she told them that they were not available because they were still being transcribed.
Okay.
They would not be available for several days.
Several
If
days.
that. She does not plan to do.
Okay. So I did misunderstand that. She told them that they would not be ready for several days, and she doesn't look like she's actually planning on giving them to the jurors at this time. So we may get a verdict before them transcripts are even available to anybody. So that's kind of where we're at right now. We don't have a verdict. We'll be back down here again about 8 o'clock in the morning when the jurors get back. And we continually have to be here between about 8 o'clock in the morning till 5. We have to be about 15 minutes from the courthouse at any given time, just in case a verdict does come in. Again, as we talked about earlier today, the misdemeanor charges, it was a quick little mini trial hearing this morning now we're just in the paper phase of that, and the prosecutors and the defense team have till Friday to get all their information in. And what I've heard of everything there, it looks pretty favorable to our side, and the judge was pretty hard on the prosecutors, and even Mr. Barrell, the prosecutor, was struggling with trying to present things to the judge, and the judge just kept telling him she wanted to see more facts. The only witness that was called there was Mr. Walker, the FBI agent. And other than that, they presented a few exhibits, a few pictures, and Mr. Walker could not even identify the piece of machinery that the guys were operating or supposedly had misused out there. He called it a front end loader with a little thing on the back of it. It was a backhoe, and the judge took note that they had not even charged them with using the proper machinery that was listed there. So the vehicle, the Dodge Durango, did not have license plates and was not registered. The other ATVs, such as the four-wheeler, the Gator, them type of things, did not have registration. And so those things there, it was classified as like motor vehicles. They're not technically a motor vehicle unless they're registered properly, and the government failed to have those registered out there at the refuge. They was more like a tool that was there. So anyway, things are looking good there. We're waiting on motions to be heard. It could take several days to get that stuff back. She's not planning on, it looks like, giving an answer on the misdemeanor charges anyway, probably till after the the verdict comes here from the jurors, if it comes quick enough. So again, we'll be back down here again, rain or shine, back here on Patriot Corner. Another brother just showed up here, all the way from California. He's told me he was coming, so I was expecting him, so I'm glad he showed up.
Get down here, we need the numbers. Right on?
Thanks for coming. So, we do have a handful of people that have stayed here all day, rain or shine, and we're going to continue standing for these guys and get us an answer. So, to note, over in Las Vegas, Nevada, I was just watching some of the live streams myself over there. Things are looking really good. Michael Dennis Lynch, he testified on the stand today for the prosecution, but it sounded like it was favorable for the defense, though. It sounded like that they didn't even know really why the government really wanted his testimony, because he had nothing bad to say about the defense team. They was trying to prove that there was lots of guns there. All the agents that have testified, it sounds like, to the about the protesters, about the guns, have now testified that it was very scary for them. They were fearful for their life. And one of the biggest points that were brought out, it sounds like, by the defense team, is why wasn't this in their report the first time? 3 years later, they're testifying on the stand that they didn't even make a report of this, that how scared they were. So how could they be so scared if they failed to make a report in all their written reports about the incident there? So it sounds like things are looking really good up over there. I know it's drawn out and long, and but I appreciate all the updates and things that we're hearing over there. I haven't got to watch. It said Dennis Michael Lynch is a good guy, and okay, I hope I'm hoping it sounds like he testified really good today, and he testified to the truth. That's what I'm hearing. So it sounds like he's a good, straight up guy. And I'll look at a few notes here to see what we've got here. If any questions that come up before I sign off. We were just kind of doing a quick update since we don't have much new news here yet. We're just in a waiting process, and it could take from a day or two to several days. So we're hoping it's not going to take us a long time, but we're looking forward to getting a verdict back fairly quickly. Down here, we was ordered to move our signs after over a year of being down here and having our signs in certain places. The park rangers here came with full uniform, guns, and everything, and ordered to either have us evacuated off of the park here, and told us we would not be able to have free speech or protest here if we didn't put our signs to where they wanted them. So one of our signs behind is now in a flower bed, and before we was keeping it out of that flower area to protect those flowers. We're still going to do our best not to damage any of them, but the park rangers were not concerned about any of the plants, but they were concerned about these posts that you might see behind me with a chain attached to it, that even a rope or even tape could not be attached to them posts. And if not, we would get fines, possibly go to jail, be banned from this area for over a year if we violated these small rules that they had. So that's what we're dealing with down here. But things are still looking good. We are just praying and waiting for a verdict, and we'll keep you updated as much as we can here. I don't see any messages on here or answers that questions that I need to answer. But I know that as soon as this trial is over with, my next stop is Las Vegas, Nevada, to join them over there and get back over there and show them guys and everybody over there support. I see something here about I don't know of any special security here in this case for anybody down here. We've all felt safe. We've had some counter protesters that have stopped off and on throughout the week. I usually engage them and talk to them and ask them what their goals are for tyranny against against the people that the government's doing, and we find a lot of common grounds once we get to talk to them. And I noticed that we're peaceful and polite to these people, that each one of these other protesters have a voice and they want to be heard of what they see of injustice. And so it's always good to see there. So Dennis Michael Lynch, he did testify in Nevada. I see somebody looks like asking that question. And somebody says I'm not quite, I'm more cool than Dennis Michael Lynch. So I appreciate that. So I guess that's all I have for today. We're packing it up down here. We're going to get out of the rain and get dry, and we'll be back down here about 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning to support these guys here. So God bless and have a good night. We'll see you back down here tomorrow.
Attached to a